to you live and in living color from the Radio What Studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Smarter. It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time, DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you can have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Make your next thing a big one. All right, party people in the house, as I record this on Thursday, I have one brand new show tonight. I'm at the Cedar Lounge Bar and Grill in Morrilton, Arkansas, from 6 until 10 p.m. The place to be. And I just found out recently, I think yesterday, that it was family friendly. So they've redesigned this whole place. It reopened in August. This will be the first time I'm doing karaoke in there. This will be the first time I'm ever stepping foot in that place. The Cedar Lounge in Morrilton, Arkansas. The brand new place to be on a Thursday night. Yeah, that's the spot, the right spot. And bring the whole family. Bring everyone. Call your neighbors, call your friends, tell them you're never coming home. We're moving in to the Cedar Lounge tonight from 6 to 10. Yes, indeed. Video dance party, karaoke jam. From what I see in the pictures, like I said, I've never been there before. From what I see in the pictures, it's all cedar wood. Looks like it's going to smell good. And then there's a full bar there in the pictures. Apparently they have a kitchen. One of my friends said they have great food. At least they had great food before. And I'm sure it's the same owners, but they've redesigned the whole place. So it's all new, ready for you tonight, 6 to 10. Be there. Let's have some fun tonight in Morrilton, Arkansas. Yeah, I like my Morrilton friends out there. Also, tomorrow night, Friday night, my usual Friday night gig, I'll be at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. Yes, your favorite place to be in the whole wide world on a Friday night is the Rab. You heard me. Come on over. Prove me wrong. Come on, argue with me. I dare you. They got a full bar. Kitchen's open. In fact, they got some goodies. They always send me home with something delicious on the way home. I guess that's my rider over at the Rab, if you can call it a rider, is they send me home with a nice meal. I don't even have to ask them anymore. The chef just prepares something nice for me. Usually it's chicken wings or some chicken tenders or maybe a hamburger, cheeseburger, bacon, something. Yeah. He always prepares something nice for me. So the kitchen is open. And then they have a pool table. They have 10 pool tables, 10 diamond-style pool tables. So if you want to, and a pool tournament on Friday nights at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. So if you want to try to make some money, I encourage you to check out the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. And of course, yeah, you could sing with me, yours truly. I'm just pressing buttons. You're the stars of the show on the karaoke stage on Friday night at the Rab. And then Saturday night's all right. The party is on, not for you, unless you're invited to the wedding. It's a private party. But I'm so excited that weddings are coming back. I'm doing them almost every Saturday till the end of the year and then coming into next year. So, yes, we're breaking out of this coronavirus. I guess the scientists are starting to figure out what it's all about. Make sure that you put your mask on. I guess we're putting your mask on over at the Rab. I haven't asked about the Cedar Lounge yet tonight, Thursday night, but I'm guessing, just bring your mask so ABC doesn't throw any complaints at you. If you're not scared, come on out. If you're scared, stay home. That's what I encourage. If you're too scared to be out on the streets, or you think that you might be susceptible, or you might have this coronavirus that there's no cure for, and you're worried, that's what I'm worried about, is giving it to somebody else. I'm not worried for myself. I'm worried about giving it to somebody else that might have a low immune system. There you go. That's my worry. So, yes, wear your mask just to make sure that you stay right with the law. You want to do what you're told to an extent. I know that we're free to do what we want here in this country, but no, that would be anarchy. If everyone was a complete libertarian, it would be complete anarchy. We have to have some rules. We have to live by some moral standards. So there. And I guess the standard right now that the scientists are telling us is put the mask on. It'll help. All right. It's no big deal. Also, if you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, I encourage you to check out my other podcast, What Makes You Famous. Find it everywhere using the hashtag What Makes You Famous. And if you want to watch me fail horribly playing video games on streaming, look me up, hashtag KeysDanGaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Now, on with the show. Today on the program, 10 things you need to know today for Thursday, October 1st. Happy first day of October. It's officially Halloween season. Well, fall season. I guess there's pumpkin spice everything over at the local coffee shop. So, yeah, enjoy that all summer, all fall long. I got summer on my head. The weather outside is just crazy here in central Arkansas. I don't know. Wear a jacket, don't wear a jacket. Wear shorts, don't wear shorts. Me, I wear shorts all the time until there's any white stuff on the ground. That's snow, everybody. And sometimes it happens here in Arkansas. But anyway, I digress. We're here for the 10 things you need to know today for Thursday, October 1st, 2020. 10 things you need to know today. Number 1, Trump-Biden campaign in Midwest after controversial debate. President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden followed up their chaotic first debate with competing pitches for support from working-class voters in the Midwest on Wednesday. Biden called Trump's debate performance, which included frequent interruptions of Biden and moderator Wallace of Fox News, a, quote, national embarrassment, end quote. He told supporters in Cleveland that Trump, quote, lies, end quote, to them, and said, quote, I'll always tell you the truth, end quote. Trump faced widespread criticism for declining to condemn white supremacists when Wallace asked directly whether he would do so. Trump deflected criticism and gave himself high marks. Quote, I see the ratings were very high and it was good to be there, end quote, he said. This is according to the Associated Press. Number 2, Trump signs short-term bill averting shutdown. President Trump early Thursday signed a bill keeping the government funded through December 11th, avoiding a partial government shutdown. The bill became law after a midnight deadline, but no government operations were expected to be disrupted. The bipartisan bill was quickly approved by the Senate after receiving White House approval last week. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat California, said, and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin failed to reach a compromise on another key spending bill, the new coronavirus relief package. Pelosi and Mnuchin met Wednesday and plan to continue discussions. House Democrats postponed a Wednesday vote on their $2.2 trillion proposal to allow more time for negotiations. Republicans want to spend less, but vulnerable lawmakers from both parties are pushing for a deal before Election Day. This is according to CNBC and CNN. Number 3, presidential debate organizers promise additional tools to maintain order. The Commission on Presidential Debates said Wednesday that Tuesday's acrimonious. I'm gonna have to look that up. That's a long time I've heard that. I haven't heard that word. Acrimonious and messy debate between President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden, quote, made clear that additional structure should be added to the format of the remaining debates to ensure a more orderly discussion of the issues, end quote. 2 more debates are scheduled. The organization said it will be, quote, carefully considering, end quote, changes, promising to announce them, quote, shortly, end quote. The debate frequently descended into chaos as Trump interrupted Biden. Tuesday's moderator, Chris Wallace, said it would be better to have, quote, fewer interruptions, end quote. Trump campaign spokesman Tim Murtaugh said the only reason organizers were calling for changes was that, quote, their guy got pummeled last night, end quote. This is according to the Washington Post. Number 4, Biden fundraising surges during debate. Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden's and the Democratic Party collected nearly $8 million on the Act Blue fundraising website between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. Tuesday during Biden's first debate with President Trump. By 9:30 a.m., Wednesday, the site had processed at least $25 million for numerous campaigns, including Biden's and those of candidates down the ballot. Biden's campaign said it brought in $3.8 million between 10 p.m. and 11 p.m., a one-hour record for the website. Rufus Gifford, Biden's deputy campaign manager, tweeted that he had never received more, quote, calls, text, emails, end quote, from people looking to donate. The Trump campaign and the Republican National Committee did not immediately say how much had been raised on the GOP donation website when read. This is according to CNBC. Number 5, judge grants Kentucky AG delay on releasing Breonna Taylor grand jury transcript. A judge on Wednesday granted Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron's request to delay the release of grand jury recordings in the Breonna Taylor case. The deadline had been set for noon on Wednesday, but Judge Ann Bailey Smith pushed it back to midday Friday. Elizabeth Kuhn, a spokeswoman for Cameron, confirmed that the extension had been granted, quote, to give us proper time to redact specific personal information of witnesses, end quote, from the 20 hours of audio recording. A week ago, the grand jury indicted fired Louisville detective Brett Hankinson on charges of wanton endangerment for firing shots that endangered people in a neighboring apartment. But officers who raided Taylor's apartment were not charged over the 5 shots that killed Taylor, a black emergency medical technician. This is according to USA Today. Number 6, investigators arrest suspect in L.A. County police ambush. The Los Angeles County Departments and L.A. District Attorney Jackie Lacey announced Wednesday that authorities have arrested a suspect in connection to the ambush shooting of 2 sheriff's deputies earlier this month while they were sitting in their patrol car in Compton, California. Attempted murder charges were filed against 36-year-old Deontay Lee Murray, a Compton resident who was arrested 2 weeks ago and charged in connection with a separate carjacking. The department's homicide bureau, Captain Kent Wegener, did not specify a suspected motive, but said Murray, quote, obviously hates policemen, end quote. The officers who were shot survived after surgeries and are recovering. This is according to Fox 11 Los Angeles and the Associated Press. Number 7, Comey defends Russia probe in Senate hearing. Former FBI Director James Comey defended his role in the early investigation of Russian election meddling and contacts between Russians and members of President Trump's 2016 campaign in a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing on Wednesday. Senate Republicans say the FBI inquiry, which was later taken over by special counsel Robert Mueller, was intended to undermine Trump. Democrats argue that GOP lawmakers are using their investigation to boost Trump's re-election chances while failing to address Moscow's attempts to influence this year's election. A Justice Department watchdog reported in December that there was evidence of FBI errors but not bias. Comey defended the FBI's decision to open the investigation, citing former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort's association with a man seen by U.S. security officials as a Russian agent. This is according to Reuters. Number 8, stocks post monthly loss for first time since March. U.S. stocks surged on Wednesday but finished down for September, the first monthly loss since March. Still, the month capped the second straight quarter of big gains. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose by 1.2% on Wednesday. The S&P 500 gained 0.8%, and the tech-heavy NASDAQ closed up by 0.7%. Investor sentiment got a boost from better-than-expected private sector jobs data, which rose by 749,000 in September, beating expectations of 600,000 more jobs. Stocks fell back from their session highs late in the day after House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat California, and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin fell short of reaching a deal on a new coronavirus relief package, although they plan to continue their talks on Thursday. Futures for the Dow, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ were up by about 0.5% several hours before the opening bell on Thursday. This is according to CNBC and the Wall Street Journal. Number 9, NFL postpones Titans-Steelers game after COVID-19 outbreak. The NFL on Wednesday proposed Sunday's game between the Tennessee Titans and the Pittsburgh Steelers after Titans players and personnel tested positive for novel coronavirus. The infections were reported Tuesday, and the Professional Football League announced Wednesday that the game would be pushed back to Monday or Tuesday. It was the first game of the season, now in its 4th week, to be postponed due to the pandemic. During the 1 or 2 day delay, the NFL will continue testing and contact tracing to make sure the infections aren't spreading. Quote, "This is not unexpected," end quote. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said in a memo announcing the news. Quote, "There will be players and staff who will test positive during the season," end quote. This is according to the Yahoo Sports. Number 10, first patient cured of HIV dies of cancer at age 54. Timothy Ray Brown, the first person cured of HIV, has died of cancer at age 54. Brown in 2007 received an experimental bone marrow transplant to treat leukemia. The donor was naturally resistant to HIV, the virus that causes AIDS. Thanks to the transplant, Brown developed immunity too. Quote, "I quit taking my medications on the day I got the transplant. After 3 months, there was no HIV anymore in my body," end quote. Brown told the BBC in 2012, but the leukemia came back earlier this year. Quote, "Timothy would like to be remembered as a man who gave hope to people around the world that a cure for HIV is possible," end quote. Brown's partner, Tim Hofgen, told the New York Times in an email. This is according to BBC News and the New York Times. That's 10 things you need to know today for the first day of October 1st, 2020. Thank you so much for listening. This has been What Makes You Smarter. And also, hey, if you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, I encourage you to check out my other podcast, What Makes You Famous. Find it everywhere using the hashtag What Makes You Famous. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what I sound like, if you like the sound of my voice, drop me some likes, comments, leave me a 5-star review, get me up there. Why not? You got nothing better to do right now. What are you doing? Working? Nah, don't worry about it. What are you having, breakfast? Don't worry about it. Just head over to any place that you get your podcast and you're able to review and throw a 5-star review at me. Does that seem too thirsty? I don't know. Maybe. Also, if you'd like to watch me stream some games, look it up. Hashtag Keys Dan Gaming. So much content out here being put forth by me. All right, party people. Thank you so much. Hey, join me tonight at the Cedar Lounge in Morrilton, Arkansas for the video dance party. Karaoke Jam. My first time there. All right. That's it for me. It's Keys Dan, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out.